From a woman who refused to comply with court orders and medication, dismissed her violent offense against an elderly victim.
In my concern, she says she doesn't have any mental illness diagnosis, demanded that those be taken off the records, and that she will not be taking medications once she's released.
To a man facing charges for possession of drugs.
Only two things are going to end up happening to you, right? Either you're going to end up back and forth out of jail, back and forth out of prison, and your time is going to start running by very quickly because you're almost 50.
Let's see how Judge Boyd handles different charges. Starting with Ms. Oanion, facing felony charges for injuring an elderly person, only to dismiss her actions in court, refusing medication, and talking over the judge as if the charges were nothing more than a misunderstanding.
25 CR 000451, State versus Leslie Oanion. Could I have parties announced?
That's Dwight Chumley for Miss O'Bain.
Yes. All right. You entered a plea of no contest on May 12th of 2025. According to your plea bargain agreement.
May I give you this, ma'am? Ms. Susan Boyd?
To what point, why are you giving me that?
It's my waiver.
It's your
for
what?
you, ma'am. It's for the judge. Thank you.
No, what is it for? That's what I'm trying to.
Motion that I did.
All right, so here's the thing. You've entered a plea. Unless that's a motion to withdraw your plea, that is not appropriate at this time, okay? All right.
It's,
So,
I would just like to, I did the work.
It's
on
a,
it.
it's a writ of habeas corpus.
It's a written motion to reduce state jail felony to misdemeanor.
All right, so the state jail felony is not being reduced to a misdemeanor. All right?
Okay. Well,
No, I
you know,
appreciate
because
it.
he's
No,
not
no.
really doing a job.
No. He's actually doing an excellent job for you.
I don't agree, but okay.
Well, I mean.
That's what I got. So that's what I got to deal with. So I signed up
Well,
probation.
no, here's the thing, what I'm telling you, and this is what I want you
This
to
is like
hear. I want you to hear.
On probation, and that's what I signed for Monday, right, Ms. Boyd, Ms. Leslie O'Banion? I signed for 3 years deferred.
Mhm.
So I did my cap of balance inside, so I'd like to be released to have probation, ma'am. Thank you. That's what I find.
All right, so let me just tell you right now, that's not what you signed up for. What you signed up for is there was a plea bargain that was entered into. And guess what happens with plea bargain agreements? I'm the person who sets conditions, and I'm sure your attorney told you that. So whether or not you're released today, it's really up to me. So that's where we are.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
I don't know why people continue to think that everybody
I don't know
can.
why I
Here's
thought
the thing.
probation's outside the jail, and
All
it
right,
is.
so then what I'll do, if you're gonna continue,
No, ma'am.
if you want to continue to talk over me, then you can do so.
No, ma'am,
But you're
I
gonna
don't
be
wanna-
talking,
Sorry. please
you
forgive
are
me.
going to be talking over me and talking by yourself. And what we'll do is I'll just set this for another day. So
I'll quiet.
what I'm telling you is I do not understand why everybody thinks that they can be an attorney without a license. If everybody could be an attorney, then guess what? We would not have gone to school for it. So,
God bless you, ma'am. Thank
Mr.
you.
Chumley,
Mhm.
thank you for your patience.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
All right, so this is
Miss
what,
Judge Stephanie Boyd, please forgive me, and I'm sorry, I'm just miss my family very much. So I've been in for 410 days and I would like to see my family. It's my birthday this month. And I miss my family tremendously.
well, here's the thing.
So I
If you
love my
could, if
family
you
and they love
continue,
me.
if you continue to commit offenses, then that's not showing love for your family. Because the reason why you're not with your family now is because you've
I've
committed an
been away
offense.
from my family and I
And actually, the offense
suffer
you,
very much.
the
inside.
offense that you have committed is
Okay,
an
cool.
injury to the elderly or disabled
Wow.
person, bodily injury. And that person is an elderly person. So that's why you are here. And what I can tell you is, if
Okay.
I follow this agreement, you are not going back to that location. You're not going to be allowed to be around any of those persons. Do you understand? Maybe she understands, maybe she doesn't. All right, so defense, this is my concern. My concern, have you all both read the MIC evaluation?
I have PTSD.
This is my concern in here. In my concern, she says she doesn't have any mental illness diagnosis, demanded that those be taken off the records, and that she will not be taking medications once she's released.
I have PTSD trauma. I do have that, ma'am. I do not have bipolar. So that seems to be a problem. It's outdated information from when I was 28 years old. I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 this year. So that's very old medical stuff that's out of date, ma'am.
All right.
I'm sorry for that, but that is actually true. I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have trauma. That's what I do, diagnose.
All right, probation,
Thank you.
she's going to handle this. She's saying that once she's released, she's no longer going to take her medications.
I
Is
actually
there
am.
any?
So I have insurance. I'm gonna see my doctor. That's what I told the lady on the Taco Bell, ma'am. So I'd like to finish that, and I'm sorry she didn't put that in there. There's miscommunication happening, and it's really important to me, ma'am.
Mhm.
I have insurance and I take very good care of my health. I actually have therapy set up for me already for when I'm released. I did that inside jail for the Rape Crisis Center. That's free therapy for me that I need. And I'm also going to go see my doctor and get on medication when I'm released. I take regular meds for myself and I take very good care of my health. I have health insurance. I'm on disability. So I plan on following up with my doctor I see currently in the Quarry Market. I have a doctor already. I have a pharmacy at Walgreens. So that is not actually true. I'm saying I have to follow up with my doctors on the outside where I take care of my health. And
All right, so
my mental health
probation,
is important to me.
how are we going to address this issue? How do you suggest we
So
address it?
I'm gonna be taking meds. I will be complying with that. So that is not true, ma'am, and I'm sorry she wrote that. So
All
I
right.
wanted to clarify. Please forgive me,
Thank
but
you
that
for-
is important.
Thank you for your clarification.
Yeah.
Probation, how are we going to handle
So
this?
I will be taking my meds. So
Judge,
I need to get them adjusted. Thank you. With the proper
Judge.
physician. Mine.
we can get an authorization to obtain records to ensure that she is actually
Walgreens,
going
Lincoln
to.
Heights.
All right, just one second. So let me ask you something. Ms. Oanion,
Yes.
it appears as though maybe you're not medically
They have
compliant
out of
with your
date.
medications. The reason why I say that is because you're not able to control yourself at all. You're speaking over everyone who is talking. I've asked probation a question. You keep interrupting her. So
I'm not
what,
gonna,
let me do this. What do you want to say to me? I'm here to listen.
ma'am, what's happened since I've been incarcerated is they have out of date information. So me trying to update somebody that has old information, like I said, on me when I was 28 years old is so out of date. It is. I'm 48 years old, ma'am. So I've changed my life. I went to prison in Plain State 10 years ago and I changed my life, and that does matter. So I live a very good and healthy life for myself. I take care of myself and I support my own self. I'm a single woman. I live alone. I have a pet. And that's what I do. I support myself. I don't rely on a man. I take care of myself. And I've lived that way for a long time. I'm very strong, independent woman. That's the way my mom raised me. So I'm blessed to have that. I pay my bills and I always have a pet because I have trauma. I've groomed animals. I'm retired. And so I always have a fur baby. I gave up my son for adoption. And this was something I forgave my stepdad. I didn't report it. And I felt sorry for him. He's an older man. So it's my fault for that. There is issues there. He is crazy and he has broken my bones in the past, ma'am. I just didn't feel right about doing something against my family. So it's okay if they say I did something to him, and that's fine. So I apologize, but this is what really matters to me is I love my family and I miss my family very much. My brother has my car waiting for me.
They do not want to have any contact with you according to the police report. So
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna allow you to
but
have
I've
contact
talked to
with
my
him.
brother inside jail,
all
and
right,
that's my brother. I have other family members, man, and he's married.
Okay.
So that's not my mama.
Okay.
And that I can still talk to my mother. That's my mom. She's married to my stepdad. I'm gonna not talk to my stepdad. That's the person, Danny. So that's one individual. I'd like to clarify that. I'm not gonna already get in trouble when I'm not even released out and I have families. There is toxic issues there. So that is a problem with that man. He has issues. So I will not be seeing my stepdad, period. I can see my mom on my own. She can come to my apartment. And that kind of thing, same with my brother. But, and his wife and kids, the same applies. I'm not gonna be seeing my stepdad though. I've already decided that. Myself, I'm a strong woman, you know, but I love my other family. I'm not gonna not see them. They love me.
all right. Is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am, I do take care of my health, and I'm sorry that I've tried very hard, because it's important to me to update people that had information on me, and it is important because that's about my health. And that's when somebody has old information that's not current, it needs to be updated, just like medical files.
All right, is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am. I am a very respectful person.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry for talking, ma'am, but
Oh, no, you can
This-
talk. I'm giving you time to talk right now. Is there anything else you want to say?
you can call me crazy and say that, but I
Oh,
do
no,
love my
no,
family.
I will
I'm a
not-
very strong
I
woman.
will not call you crazy. Is there anything else you want to
can.
say?
That's fine. I'm used
Well,
to
I
people
will tell
calling
you
me that.
this, I refuse to call you that.
Thank you. I don't like the stigma.
All right, so is there anything else that you
No,
want to say to me?
no, ma'am. And I think you're a very awesome judge. You're doing a great job. And you are. And thank you for helping me.
All right, probation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Probation,
Yes, Judge.
how are we gonna handle the fact that in the MIC evaluation, they're saying that she's not gonna take her medications? What do you
So I
suggest?
am.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm giving you time to speak.
Yes.
I did not interrupt you. I let you talk for as long as you want to talk. So now it's someone else's turn to talk. So do not interrupt them. And I want you to hear me clearly and internalize what I'm saying. If you interrupt them, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to send you back to jail. We are not going to hear this, and I will bring you back on Monday. Do you understand? All right. How do you suggest we handle this?
Judge, I think we should probably get an authorization of release so that we can be in contact with the individuals that are taking or prescribing medication, her doctors.
Mhm.
We can do a referral for Center for Healthcare Services. I believe the MIC evaluation indicates that she is not eligible for DDRF.
Yes.
However, she is eligible for the MIC caseload, I believe. And we could put her on the MIC caseload.
Is there anything else you think she would need?
Would you like to send me to DRF instead?
Did not tell you no more interrupting.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Never let me out. Send me to DRF. Go ahead.
Judge, I really can't think of anything else other than maybe a life skills course or more recognition therapy or something like that.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication, 3 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. I'm sorry, that will be probated. Take in consideration 2025 CC 0000947. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Danny Cox, Timothy O'Bannon. There's to be no contact with 14450 Old Frio City Road in Lytle, Texas, 78052.
You can't ask.
There's to be, she's gonna be placed on the MIC caseload, referral to Center for Health Care Services. The defendant is to sign a release for mental health information. There's to be anger management course, TAP evaluation. That can be done out of custody, follow recommendation. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And there's to be no contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else? I'm sorry, what? Yes. Proof of employment
We hired a new attorney.
or SSI within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
I hate to ask you to do this, Judge, but can you give me that address?
Yes.
She live in Bear County. You live in Bear County.
I'm gonna probably be relocating, I think.
Well,
So I
be right-
reside here now,
Okay.
but I will be relocating and moving my.
You do live
probation
in
in-
Bear County.
No,
Where do you live?
yeah, I live nowhere right now.
All right, so
I haven't decided I'm gonna be leaving, so I'll relocate.
you're to remain in Bear County until the court approves you to leave Bear County.
Cool.
If you leave Bear County, what will end up happening is a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
I can relocate with probation.
All right.
To another city.
Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, counsel, did you review the trial court certification with her?
Yes,
And did you explain it to her?
yes,
And did she place her signature on the document?
yes,
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. All right, thank you. State, make sure that you make the complainant aware of what has happened here today and that
Can I have a
there's a
copy of
no
my
contact
probation
order.
paperwork?
Okay,
Can I have a copy of probation paperwork?
you understand? All right.
This time, we have Mr. Jimenez, accused of chasing down his ex in a jealous rage, assaulting her, and leading police on a reckless car chase, but instead of taking responsibility, he whines about his toxic relationship.
5 CR 000637, State versus Fernando Jimenez. Can I have parties announce?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Melissa Christian for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Jimenez?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, defense, do you have any objection to defense counsel appearing by Zoom?
We have no objection.
I'm sorry, State, do you have any objection? All right, Melissa, you were about to object to yourself. Why is the judge asking me that? All right, Mr. Jimenez, do you have any objection to your counsel appearing by Zoom?
No, ma'am.
All right. Attorney Christian, did you receive all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
There are not.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, did you review the documents
Yes, ma'am, I did.
entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment in each cause number?
We do.
State, in cause number 2025 CR 001924, you're proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, they will be proceeding on that case with regard to only count one, we'll waive count two, and we will waive the repeat offender enhancement.
No objections.
And then in cause number 2025 CR 000637, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we will waive the repeat offender enhancement with that case as well.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, did you review the documents entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am, I did.
You're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle, and assault family household member with a previous conviction. Those are each third-degree felonies. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
In each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering into these plea bargain agreements, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Jimenez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each cause number, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do, and I did.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. In one cause number, there's a $1,500 fine. There are no applications in either cause number. The cause numbers are to run concurrently. The state will take in consideration 2025 CC 002355. And the cause number ending in 37, there's an affirmative finding of family violence and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that to be your plea bargain agreement in each cause number?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph in each of the cause numbers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I did not, yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Motions have been filed, but none heard, Judge.
And cause number 2025 CR 001924, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right. And just so the record can be clear, in cause number 2025 CR 000637, did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand that also with an affirmative finding of family violence, you cannot be designated as primary custodial parent? No, not okay. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Knowing those things, do you still wish to proceed with this plea?
Yes.
All right. Then in cause number 2025 CR 000637, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, and each cause number, is there any evidence to support the defendant's pleas?
Yes, with regard to both cases, they will offer each evidence as exhibits 1 for 2025 CR 001924. And with regard to 2025 CR 00617, in terms of one contest.
No objection in either cause number.
All right, and state in the cause number with the complainant that he is to have no contact with you, with her. Have you had any contact with the complainant?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. In each cause numbers, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulation with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. State. Thank you. And Ms. Christian, I sent you a text message. Well, not a text message, a chat.
Just answered.
And I just sent you another chat. Do you remember Attorney Barbara Slavin?
Oh, I do.
That's what she would always write. And I would say, why are you shouting?
Why are you yelling at me?
And she's like, I'm not yelling. Now I understand what she meant. While the state is doing that, in regards to cause number, we're back on the record. In 2025 CR 001924, the court is going to find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please.
All right. And that cause number, the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This is run concurrent with 2025 CR 000637. And that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because that's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And let me give you a copy of your trial court certification.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Rick, are you able to find it?
Hi, this is Marie. I would like to go over some legal matters with you. If you can think.
Miss Christian, they're just waiting on getting the steps for that case.
Gotcha.
We're off the record while they're getting that. Here's the thing. This whole, what I've read in the police report, if you think somebody's paying attention too much to somebody that you care for, guess what? Be happy that somebody thinks the person that you're with is attractive, intelligent. But there's no cause for any of this. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to prison. And if you think somebody is being unfaithful to you or cheating on you, then you only really have 2 choices in life. Either you accept it and forgive them, or either you say, I didn't sign up for this. This relationship is over, and keep it moving. But you don't do this, because otherwise you end up where you are now, which is going to prison.
I understand, Your Honor. I know I'm in a toxic relationship, right? I did try to file for divorce with her, she doesn't want to follow, she doesn't want to sign the papers.
Oh, then you just keep it moving. And you can write a Lifetime movie about how you're such a great guy, so attractive, so intelligent, that this woman cannot leave you alone. But what you did in this, you can't do that. You got to let it go and move on. And if somebody won't give you a divorce, I will tell you, you can get a divorce from somebody if you really want a divorce, whether they show up or not. I've had people before, they said, I'm not going to agree to service. I'm not going to let you serve me. Guess what? Texas has something where you can actually just serve it by placing it in a newspaper, and they'll put it on a board at the courthouse. And that's your constructive service. So this whole thing where I'm never going to give you a divorce, catch me if you can and get somebody to serve me divorce papers, it's really a bunch of nonsense, because you can get a divorce without having to physically serve somebody.
It's like not giving the divorce. I don't know how to go about it, you know. Either it's a financial problem or whatever it means. I don't
Oh,
know.
you can go to the Bear County Courthouse. They actually have somebody over there who will help you. Now, if you're fighting for major property and everything, that's something different.
And well, I have a daughter with her, and she holds. See, I pay.
Let me ask you something. And this is just information for me and what I always tell my clients, what I would tell my clients. That person who you say is toxic, who is now acting crazy. Yeah, once in a while, somebody will appear like this great person. You've dated them for 2 years. They've been great. Time when you sign paperwork, they turn in this other person and they're crazy. But usually you have some red flags that there is some crazy in that person, but you just choose to ignore it. We're back on the record. Any objection, Ms. Christian, to the amendment of the state's waivers?
There is no objection.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence in cause number 2025 CR 000637 to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 001924. Take in consideration 2025 CC 002355. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant and no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and also an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record, make better decisions, all right? If you have an anger issue, you better take care of it. Because ask yourself, do you want somebody to treat your daughter the way you treat others? I think the answer to that is no. You know what somebody once said? They said a daughter's first boyfriend is her father, because from that person, they learn how they're supposed to be treated in relationships. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, you may.
Unlike the others, this one centers on Ms. Cummings, who's charged with violating probation after assaulting a family member.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009473 State versus Miller Cummings. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Raymond Martinez for Mr. Cummings.
Are you Mr. Cummings? All right, you're on deferred adjudication for assault, family, household member. All right, this motion to revoke, let's go off the record. All right, the motion to revoke is not correct because it shows that he's on bond for a misdemeanor.
It was reduced.
All right, so y'all maybe want to change the motion to revoke, the wording of it. We'll let them know. So is he on, do we know, let me pull it up, because I need to see if he's on for assault, just a regular assault, or did y'all make it an attempt? Let me see what it is. All right, let's do this. Before he is, it's just assault, bodily injury, family member. So let's do this. Let's have them correct the motion to revoke, because otherwise he'll be released and then he'll get rearrested. So if y'all just give us a moment to have them put the correct motion in the system, and then I'll hear your request for a bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Would it be best to withdraw and refile, or could the state request an oral amendment?
Defense, will you object to an oral amendment?
We wouldn't, Judge.
All right, so just do an oral amendment, but we're not gonna hear the motion today, though. All right, Mr. Cummings, you can come back down. So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 009473. So there's a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision that has been filed. With regards to the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, are there any amendments?
It's regulation family to assault family household.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then next, we are here to hear a request for a motion to set bond. And the defendant is entitled to a bond because he's on deferred adjudication. So have you all agreed to an amount or no?
We haven't even talked about the amount, Judge. Sorry,
I can, give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
we are not in agreement, Judge.
All right, so defense, it's your motion.
Judge, we just asked the court to take judicial notice of his prior bond amount and take into consideration what we now know to be the case he's actually on probation for, and set an amount that the court feels is appropriate.
All right, and state, what amount are you requesting?
The state would ask for an amount not less than $20,000, given the fact that the defendant was just placed on probation barely 3 months ago. That he essentially tried to do things his own way. He didn't do the state approved BIP course. He tried to do a different course that was unapproved. He failed to submit to drug test. Was failing to submit to the UA hotline. That's just one I'm talking about. I'll pull up the example. I know that there were, he tried to buy a gun as well, Your Honor, which violates the affirmative finding of family violence. That was the issue in his original charge. Given all those activities within a short amount of time since he applied, state would ask no less than $20,000.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to set your bond. And the reason why the court is setting a bond in this case is because legally I have to set a bond for you. The court will set your bond at $20,000. There's to be full GPS and the court will ask that the fees be waived. Is there anything else?
No, Judge, but
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
we need a date. Is this going to be a contested?
I don't believe so, Judge, but I'm going to stick around after we're done and confer with the state about potential resolutions.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, then set this in exactly 10 days for a contested hearing.
The May 29th.
All right, we're going to come back on May 29th.
Finally, the last case centers on Mr. Giray, a man caught with drugs who claimed he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Crazy, right? Let's see this.
In this case, court is calling 2025 CR 003460 State versus Paul Garay. Bad parties announced for the record.
Coronado for Mr. Gray.
This is a lot of paperwork for a possession less than a gram. All right, and are you Mr. Garay?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garay, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Garay, did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I do.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Garay, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I move that.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 103 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244, and there's an $800 fine. Did you understand that for you to plea? Defense, is that the plea?
That is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers states one in attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the documents entitled waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state will call in the right to remain silent.
Right.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the following. The court will find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he was basically was in the wrong place at the wrong time that evening, and he wants to put this incident behind him, get on with his life, because he's soon or turning 50 next year, so he wants to put this behind him and move on with his life. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 103 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's an $800 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. There's to be no contact with the following people: Joseph Lee Angelus, Gregory Lee Green, Jennifer Lee Flores. Just one moment. And there's to be no contact with 12350 IH10 West, San Antonio, Texas, 78230. Did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
I did.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. When you're released from the Bear County Jail, if you need help with your drug problem or to maintain your sobriety, if I am here, you can always come back here and I will pick up the phone and call for a place to help you. Because otherwise, only two things are going to end up happening to you, right? Either you're going to end up back and forth out of jail, back and forth out of prison, and your time is going to start running by very quickly because you're almost 50. So I'm in the same boat as you are, because if I have more of my life behind me than in front of me, unless I'm planning on living to be 200 or something. I hope it happens and I hope I'm in good shape, but it's not going to happen. So if you don't end up in and out of prison, somebody's going to end up identifying your body, and you don't want that to happen, okay? All right, good luck to you, all right?
Thank you. It's what the Officer Wise said, the same thing. He said, you're a good guy and you're out there. One of these times it's gonna hit you in the butt, and it did because of being around the facilities.
Oh, yeah. And then you have a lot of things going on. You're homeless, you're living on the street.
Yeah.
You're using needles. You don't know if there's some kind of germ on the needle. And when people are giving you drugs and you're getting drugs, there's no FDA requirement. People are just mixing things. And if you were to die, you know what they say? That's okay. We have another customer. They don't care, right? All right, good luck to you,
Thank
okay?
you.
You're welcome.
I think I'm maybe excuse.